G'day guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sean and today we're looking at a very exciting pair of headphones that HyperX have sent over. This is their Cloud Stinger 2 Gaming Edition. It goes for about $50 or 79 Australian dollars. And so today I'm going to get them out of the box, see what the fit and finish is like, test out the microphone, test out the drivers, the speakers, see how they sound, and I guess ultimately let you know whether or not they are actually worth considering getting and if they're maybe worth buying this Christmas. So if you guys found this video helpful and it helped you make a purchasing decision, maybe chuck the video a like, get subscribed, and let's begin. Okay, so on the outside of the box, you can see here it's got HyperX Cloud Stinger 2, 2-year warranty, heavyweight sound, DTS:X, 50mm drivers compared to the Core Edition, which only has 40mm. That's why they're a little bit cheaper, I guess. It's got some memory foam on the ear cups, a noise cancelling microphone that goes up and then goes back down. It doesn't look like you can take it out, but the fact that it flips up is, I think, good enough for most people. That way you can get it out of the way if you're not using it. And then a cable which has a 3.5mm headphone jack at the end of it to plug into your PC. And on the back of it, I've already sort of had a little sneak peek. It does come with an adapter there as well. So if you want to split it out to a dedicated headphone microphone jack, depending on what you're plugging it into, it does come included with that as well. And it says here, Discord certified, TeamSpeak certified. So, if Discord's giving it the badge of approval and the tick of approval, then I think it's going to be good enough and your friends and your teammates that you're gaming with are going to be able to hear you perfectly fine. So let's get these out of the box and see what the actual plastic and the fit and finish is actually like. Alrighty, so we've got the headphones out of the box, and as you can see, it's got a really nice matte plastic with this, silver HyperX logo on the outside. And on the outside of the ear cups, you've got this nice texture here as well, which I actually think looks pretty nice. And I do like the fact that they've gone with an all matte plastic because it really does help with reducing the amount of fingerprints and oil marks and all that kind of grime that builds up over time on the headphones. And the fact that these are all completely matte plastic, like you've got matte plastic here, you've got matte plastic on the outside of the frame, on the part that goes up and down, and then even on top of the headrest, you've got that HyperX logo, and the only part that is gloss is the actual logo itself. Then on the other ear cup, it's basically the exact same thing. You've got a red dial here, which is basically just your volume adjust to go, increase and decrease the volume. There's no tactile bump or anything like that, but there's a little bit of resistance with the dial, which is, quite nice. I don't like dials that are so easy to spin. It's got a little bit of resistance, which is pretty cool. And then you've got your microphone, which, has a little click as you're lowering it. And I imagine that there's a when you're flipping it up, it actually mutes the microphone. And then when you pull it down, the microphone is active. And again, it's all completely matte. And then if you want to wrap it around, it will hold its position as well. So that's the microphone. It's a noise cancelling microphone. We'll have to, test it out and see how it sounds. And then they include a little pop filter here as well. So if you want to go ahead and, muffle some of the P's and T's and S's and things like that, you can put on the pop filter, but it's completely optional. But overall, really digging the look and the design of the headset. Feels very, very light. Only about 270 grams is what they say, and I believe it. Feels very, very light. And one little thing that is actually really nice, in my opinion, something that is different that I haven't seen, there's a little cutout here so you can actually see the increments. So if you want to go ahead and, set your position, have it locked in, you can actually go ahead and do that on both sides and actually see, what level you've got it set to. And I think that is a real cool thing at this price point. The attention to detail on the texture, the little lines here for how many millimeters you want to extend it. And on the ear cups, the fact that these ear cups swivel as well, so you can actually have them, laying flat on your desk. Is really nice. Any pair of headphones, in my opinion, that you can't lay flat on your desk or on your chest is a missed opportunity. And then in terms of the cushion, so you've got like a PU leather up on the headband here. Enough cushion, I think, for it to not dig in or anything like that. Same here, you've got a bit of PU leather on the ear cups. Remember, these are over-ear headphones, 50mm drivers, and you can actually go ahead and remove these earpieces or these ear cups as well if you want to replace the PU leather over time. You might have to buy some aftermarket ones or reach out to HyperX. I don't know how that's going to work, but the fact that you can replace them is always a good thing in my opinion. So that's the actual headphone. I think, you know what, that's definitely a pass, especially at this price point. Some people say they feel cheap. I definitely don't think they feel cheap. I actually think they feel quite good for the money, nice and light, and the matte plastic, I think that's a really, really good touch. Now, in terms of flex, you're not going to flex them a lot. They do have a fair bit of twist, but there is absolutely no creak or anything like that. So I think in terms of construction, HyperX have absolutely nailed it. So let's get these on the head and see how they actually feel. Alrighty, so let's whack these on and see how they actually feel. So let's, bring the microphone down. Do I have it on the right way? I do. Yeah. Okay. So microphone is on the left. Wrap that around a little bit. And you know what? On first impression as well, there's not a lot of clamping pressure and the headband is not digging in at all. And there's a fair bit of cushion on the ear cups. So my ears are not touching the inside of the actual driver, which is always my first concern whenever someone makes an over-ear headphone. But I think in terms of like comfort, clamping pressure, the lightweight, the amount of PU leather, it's another pass in my opinion. They feel really good. And I think, I'm an average size head, I guess. And I think if you are, a young teenager or someone who's in their 30s like me, you're not going to have any issue like that at all. And even if you wanted to wear it like a hat or a beanie and then flex them a little bit more and put them over the top, I don't think you're going to have any issue there as well. And I mean, on camera as well, the fact that they've, again, gone with that matte plastic looks really, really nice and just very sleek, very subtle, that I think even if you wanted to maybe get rid of this pop filter for a second, use this on like a work call. If you're someone who works from home and takes a lot of Zoom calls, it doesn't look super gamery. Obviously you've got those HyperX accents on each ear cup, but if you're like staring straight onto the camera, I don't think anyone's going to really notice that this is a gaming headset. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think they actually look quite nice. Now, one thing that I will talk about is this cable. I do wish you could actually remove the cable. It's not removable, unfortunately, so you will need to be careful and make sure you don't snag or cut the cord, because once that cord is cut, basically these headphones have to be sent back to HyperX or you have to buy a replacement pair. I would love it if they could make this a removable cord in case you wanted to, get a longer cable or a shorter cable depending on who you are, but also if you damage it, it's not like you have to waste a whole pair of headphones, you just replace the cable. So that's just something that I think you need to, make a mental note of, just so that way you protect the cable for as long as possible. Okay, so we've got the headphones connected and now you're listening to me through the built-in microphone on this headset. So let me know what you think. I've already had a little bit of a play and a test, and to be honest, I actually think it sounds like an extremely good microphone for the money. And if you add on the little, the pop filter, if you want to do that, just to reduce some of the P's and T's and S's and things like that, it does actually have an impact and have an effect. But overall, I'm actually very impressed with this microphone. Now, moving past the microphone, what you can see on the screen currently is the software that I had to install. Remember that CD key that I had to scratch off and redeem? Well, I did that through the Microsoft Store, which was pretty easy, and it did download an app which is about 180 megabytes in size. And essentially what it's done is it's added an encoder, a DTS surround sound encoder to the system. And this application you can see here that I'm moving around, you can basically say what type of headphones you're using. So I've selected headphones over ear, I've set it to spacious, but then you can actually search, for example, for what headphones you're using. So there might be a different pair of HyperX headphones you're using. I don't know if like Razer has anything. Is that something that's a thing, or Steel Series? Yeah, so like if your headphones support it, you can search up your specific model. So I'm going to go HyperX. Let me just do that again. HyperX Cloud Stinger 2 and set it to spacious. So that profile is essentially applied to the headphones. So now there's this little, I guess, explanation or demo of the surround sound. So let's just quickly play that and see how it sounds. Turn it up a little bit.
Immersive audio over headphones creates a more immersive environment that completely surrounds the listener, adding height, dialogue clarity, and improving directional cues. By expanding the soundstage beyond your headphones, DTS takes movies, music, and interactive gaming experiences to an exciting new level.
I'm just going to go back and listen to that one more time.
Immersive audio over headphones creates a more immersive environment that completely surrounds the listener, adding height, dialogue clarity, and improving directional cues. By expanding the soundstage beyond your headphones, DTS takes movies, music, and interactive gaming experiences to an exciting new level.
Okay, well, I'm convinced that it actually does have an effect, because that spatial audio experience coming from someone who uses the AirPods Max, which have spatial audio, and I guess I feel that immersion a lot. These headphones actually do an incredible job of making you feel like there is actually things around you and above you and below you and behind you. And I would actually say the app is doing something. It's not just like a gimmick. So that is actually really, really impressive. And I think for the money, you know, you don't have to go ahead and redeem the code and install the software. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. You don't need to use DTS. But I'm convinced it actually is really, really good. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to obviously just come back to you guys in a moment so I can listen to some music, some copyright music, and see how music sounds, maybe play a few games, and come back to you guys with my opinion on what the actual headphones sound like. Okay, so what you're watching me now do is play through one of the missions on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is one of the games that supports DTS-X surround sound, and this was a mission that is, you know, you're very immersed, you've got the night vision on, and I could actually hear, like, there's 2-3 more levels above me, and I could hear footsteps above me, I could hear people in the other rooms, I could hear people whispering. It was actually like a really incredible experience to like replay this mission again. So these headphones in this game, in this environment, if you're someone who wants absolute immersion, 100%, these headphones absolutely did it for me. Then we switched into Forza, just cruising around, sounded really good, and then the music kicked in, and you'll see me in a second like smile. Like, if a pair of headphones make me smile, that's a really good sign. Like, I was not expecting it to sound this good, but with the music driving, the bass was thumping, it was nice and deep, and honestly, it was just a really good time. Then I watched a DTS-X trailer. I think this is, I can't remember the name of the movie, someone can tell me in the comments, but just to hear the dialogue, just to sort of separate it from playing games and listening to music. But again, dialogue, the sound effects, you could hear everything really well. So if you wanted to get a pair of headphones for watching movies, and again, this is like a DTS-X demo for like some crazy sound effects, and it was pretty crazy. I could literally feel like goosebumps and like, you know, my hair stand up on the back of my neck. It was pretty crazy. So great job HyperX. Alright, so I guess it's time for the conclusion on whether or not you should go out and get these headphones. And if you can't tell already from the smile on my face, these headphones, it's kind of crazy that they only cost $50 or 80 Australian dollars or 75 depending on like where you buy them from here in Australia. But man, these headphones at this price point, I honestly think that there are not too many other headphones that I've tested at this price point, or even double the price. Like some other brands that I won't name, won't talk about, do not sound this good. And the microphone, again, does not disappoint. It is a really solid pair of headphones. Comfort-wise, I mean, I've been wearing these for the past couple hours, doing this video, testing them out for you guys, and I haven't wanted to take them off either. Like, they haven't been hurting or digging in any sort of way. So, comfort, tick. Materials, tick. Lightweight, good sound, good microphone. Like, really the only thing that I could nitpick and say that I don't like about them is the fact that the cable is not removable. But other than that, honestly, at this price point, you can't go wrong. So I think if you're someone who's, you know, maybe got a new PlayStation or Xbox or PC, hopefully, for Christmas or something like that, or you're wanting a pair of headphones to replace maybe a pair you've been using for a long time and you don't want to spend a lot of money, these are definitely a pair to check out. So hopefully this video helps you make a decision which way to go. But big shout out to HyperX. Thank you for sending over these headphones for me to use and review for you guys. If you have any questions about the headphones, let me know in the comment section. Chuck it a like if you enjoyed the video. Get subscribed so that way you don't miss out on more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.